almost 100% of soldiers that were sent to judgment were all Fulanis. This is the reason why Nigeria Army is committing genocide in Delta and Bayelsa State respectively. Here are the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is 19th of March 2024, and I have a very important information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from where you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news, because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people, things are happening. We are going to utilize these very few minutes to let the whole world know the reason why the Janjaweed military is seriously committing genocide in Delta and Bayelsa states respectively, just because of few number of them that were sent to judgment by some individuals in a Delta state community. Now, before analyzing anything, I want to first of all, read the full details from Trails Television, which is of course one of the Gota media outlets, for you to understand. The names are here. After reading them out, I will now analyze it briefly before the end of this very broadcast for you to understand the reason why they are committing genocide and heinous crimes against humanity in Delta and Bayelsa State respectively, as I'm speaking to you right now. I will tell you something very, very important that you need to know. But first of all, let me read the news in details. They said, Defense Headquarters releases names of military personnel killed in Delta State. Full list. Pay attention, please. These are the pictures, right? The pictures of the slain Janjaweed soldiers. The Defense Headquarters has released the list of 17 military personnel killed in an attack in Delta State. The military personnel were killed last week in Okwama, a community in Ueli South local government area of Delta State, after a peace mission. Days after the gruesome murder, the Defense Headquarters said 17 personnel, including the commanding officer of 181 Amphibious Battalion, 2 majors, 1 captain, and 12 personnel of the battalion were among those killed. May the souls of the departed rest in peace, the Nigerian Army wrote on its X handle, alongside a photo collage of the personnel on Monday evening. Now, the reason why I laughed when I heard "May the souls of the departed rest in peace" is because the Janjaweed terrorist army that wrote "May the souls of the departed rest in peace" has never in any way wrote the same thing when innocent citizens are being murdered, both by the soldiers and by the terrorists that were groomed by the Fulani politicians in the northern part of the zoo. They continued, the Defense Headquarters gave the names of those killed as Lieutenant Colonel A. Ali, a Fulani man, the Command Officer, 81 Amphibious Battalion, Nigeria Army, a Fulani man. He is the commanding officer of the 81 Amphibious Battalion. Major General S.D. Shaya, not just a northerner, but a Fulani man, of course. Major De Obi, this man was the only Igbo man among the slain soldiers in Delta State. His name is Major De Obi. De Obi. Probably De Obi. He was the only Igbo man among the 17 slain soldiers. Only one Igbo man, I can assure you, with one Yoruba man. But let's continue. Captain U. Zakari, a northerner. SSGT Yahaya Saidu, a Fulani man, for sure. Captain Yahaya Dambala, a Fulani man, for sure. These are their numbers, right? So I don't have to be mentioning their numbers and their age. Colonel Kabiru Bashir, a Fulani man. Colonel Bulus Haruna, a Fulani man. Lao Sole Opeyemi, this is the only Yoruba man among them. One Yoruba, one Igbo. Now let's continue. LCPL Bello Anas, a Northerner. LCPL Hama Peter, a Northerner. LCPL Ibrahim Abdullahi, a Fulani man. PTE Al-Haji Isa, a Fulani man. Janjaweed Naza Al-Haji. Mad people everywhere. PTE Clement Francis. I don't know. Maybe he's from the South. Maybe he's from the South. I don't know. Because Clement and Francis are all foreign names, are all English names. So I don't know where he's from, but I believe he's from South. PTE Abubakar Ali, a Fulani man. PTE Ibrahim Adamu, a Fulani man. PTE Adamu Ibrahim, a Fulani man. These are the numbers. Now, let us read the following. Following the killing, the Okwama community was raised, but the Nigerian army has assured residents of the area of no reprisal attack. Is it adding up? Let me take it again. Something is missing here. Following the killing, the Okwama community was raised. Following the Okwama community was raised, but the Nigerian army has assured residents of the area of no reprisal attacks. No be juju be that. Now this kind of thing, they made me they think somehow. How can you say the Okwama community was raised by the same Nigerian army? At the same time, the Nigerian army, they say, but the Nigerian army has assured the residents of the area of no reprisal attacks. And the community has already been raised. Mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. Stupid elements. Law-abiding citizens are assured that there will be no reprisal on the part of the troops. We enjoin all to go about their normal activities, even as ongoing efforts are scaled up to positively identify and isolate the criminals to account for their atrocious deeds, it said. After raising the community, after burning down the entire community, which the video has been circulated all over social media platforms. How do you assure them? We have also videos of individuals, over 80, I'm not exaggerating here. Over 80 citizens have been murdered in cold blood by the Nigerian army in both Delta State and Bayelsa State. We have the video, which I cannot post here. Prime Minister Mazi Samonekpa posted it on his official X handle. I cannot post it on YouTube because they are going to take it down and ban the channel immediately because of the gory image that comes with it. And you are here telling us that they should go about their normal businesses. Now, the gruesome murder has continued to draw condemnation from authorities in Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu described it as an attack on the nation and gave marching orders to security agencies to fish out the masterminds of the attack. As the commander-in-chief, I join all well-meaning Nigerians and the men and women of our armed forces to mourn and express my profound grief over the needless death of their gallant soldiers, Tinubu said. Their gallant soldiers. I extend my profound condolences to the families of these fallen soldiers, their colleagues, and their loved ones. The military high command is already responding to this incident. The cowardly offenders responsible for this heinous crime will not go unpunished. While human rights lawyer Femi Falana condemned the attack, he is also faulting the raising of the community. There are innocent people in Okwama who are as angry as the government in ensuring that the criminal elements are brought to justice. But when you go and set their houses on fire and attack innocent people, you have offended domestic laws because it is right in their country that there is no vicarious liability in criminality. Falana said on Monday's edition of Channels Television's Sunrise Daily. Nigeria domesticated the Geneva Convention in 1960, and under Article 33 of the Geneva Convention, collective punishment is prohibited. Innocent people cannot be attacked, even in a war situation. Falana, you are just talking. You are talking as if you don't know the place you called your country, the Zoological Republic. I want to draw your attention to something very, very important and, of course, significant. You see, 17 of them were murdered in Delta State, Oklahoma to be precise, and everywhere is shaking. Have you taken your time to ask, why is everywhere shaking? Why is the community raised? Why the brutal murder of innocent citizens and passerby in this very community and environs? Have you taken your time to question that the heinous crime that the Janjaweed soldiers are committing in Delta and Bayelsa State at the moment? 3 days ago, just 3 days ago, as this news began to circulate all over the media, we had another news that the Fulani bandit murdered over 34 soldiers in Kaduna State and shot down the military fighter jet in Kaduna. Just 3 days ago. 3 days ago. But you didn't hear it. You did not hear it because of this Oklahoma incident. They used this Oklahoma incident to overshadow the incident of Kaduna State. And we didn't hear any community that was raised. We didn't hear anything like that. But because this Oklahoma community is in Biafra land, is in Biafra, this Ueli is in Biafra, that is the reason why we can no longer hear word. That is the reason why the Fulani soldiers are going about setting the entire communities ablaze and massacring innocent people. That is number one, because they are Biafrans and they are Christians. Now, the number two, which is very, very significant and vital, is because the names of these soldiers that have been sent to judgment by these unknown individuals, if you go through it, you see that 97% of them, 97% are all Fulanis. Only 3% are, arguably Southerners. Arguably Southerners. The one Igbo man, Deobi, and the other one, Okpeyemi, from Yoruba land. And then the one that made the 3% is the other one that has 2 English names, which I'm not sure where he comes from. This one here, Clement Francis. These are the only 3%. Other 97% here are all Fulanis. Maybe 2 or 3 of them are other tribe in the north. So these are the reasons, and this is the anger of the Zoo terrorist army that have given order to go and massacre innocent people in Oklahoma and raise their entire community. Because the Zoo terrorist army is being controlled by the Fulanis. And then these top commanders and the officials that have been slaughtered are all Fulanis. That is the reason. But let me tell them, it doesn't matter what you do. You did it in Udi. And during that time, people were keeping quiet because it was Odi. Is it Odi or Udi? Odi. Now, you have come to do it in Oklahoma. As I'm talking to you, they have extended this atrocity to Bayelsa State. People are running helter-skelter. But let me tell you, no matter what you do, you are not going to do it forever. In no distant time, all these things are going to end. And Biafra will be free and free forever. Thank you, my people. To Salo Numozia and make it go viral.